Good morning. So yesterday for our language arts homework, we were choosing in our sentences between an adjective and an adverb. And remember, an adjective is always going to describe or talk about a noun, but an adverb is always going to describe or tell about a verb. Now today we're going to be talking about using adjectives to compare more than one thing. And remember, adjectives talk about nouns, and a noun is a person, place, thing, or animal. So we're going to be talking about comparing a person, place, thing, or animal. So we have our comparative adjectives, and remember, if you have a piece of paper and a pencil at home, make sure to write things down so that when we do our homework on IXL, you feel prepared and you can look back at your notes. So comparative adjectives compare two people, places, or thing. So just two, and they end in ER. So if they end in ER, they're just comparing two things. He is taller than his sister. So we're just talking about him and his sister. Only two people, and that's why it ends in ER. And those are our comparative adjectives. It's like we are comparing. Just last week in reading, we talked about compare and contrast. So now we're talking about just comparing two things. So our comparative adjectives are two things that we're comparing. Our superlative adjectives, if you can see we have the word super in it, that's comparing more than two people, places, or things. So when you hear we have compare, you can think of two things, and then here we have superlative, that's more than two things, so three or more. Now our superlative adjectives, they're going to end in EST. So notice here too, our comparative adjectives compare two people and it ends in ER, which are just two letters. But our superlative adjectives that compare more than two people, so three or more, end in EST. Now that's three letters, if that helps you memorize. So he is the tallest person in class. So tallest, we're ending in EST because he's comparing himself to everyone else in his class. Now we have 12 people in our class in third grade. So that's more than two, right? So he is comparing himself to everyone. So if it was in our class, it'd be 12 people. So that's why it ends in EST. So make sure if you're writing anything down, you're going to write comparative adjectives equals two people ending in ER. But superlative adjectives compare more than two people, so more than two people would be three or more, and they end in EST. So now let's go over some examples together. All right, in our sentence we have to first read our instructions, complete the sentence with the correct form of the adjective. The captain of the ship was the blank person on deck. So, on deck, are there more than two people? We're going to say yes, so then we would say smartest. So they're talking about two or more people. More than two people, I'm sorry. So we'd want to end it in EST. So now, let's see this one. Larry is blank to the new boy than Paula is. So now we know we're just talking about two people, right? Larry and Paula. We're talking about how they act to the new boy. So since there's only two of them, we're going to end in ER because ER is my comparative adjective. So now let's do one more together. The queen in the book is blank than the princess. So how many people are we talking about in this sentence? We're just talking about the queen and the princess, and that's two. And if you get confused or lost, just try to read the sentence with both words in the sentence, and see which one sounds like it makes sense. So if I say the queen in the book is richest than the princess, that doesn't sound good. But if I said the queen in the book is richer than the princess, that sounds better. So make sure also while you're filling out your problems, you're reading everything through. All right, and that is it for today. So remember, just to end, we are doing our comparative adjectives, which is two people, places, or things. They end in ER. But if it's more than 2, we are using EST as our ending. All right, thank you and have a good day.